I'm Jim Nance, Sims, Bonnie Bernstein back here. A little uncharacteristic action out there for these two teams when you look at their body of work on the whole season.
Yeah, lack of a running game, penalties, turnovers, something they haven't done earlier this year, but that's what you got to expect when you get good defenses and good teams. It's tough to move the football and just be consistent in making good plays.
I talked about time of possession. Dallas actually #1, Denver 2 in the league. Who would win the clock today? And the Cowboys almost 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1, but the big thing is they made the turnover for the touchdown, and I think when we go to the second half, both coaches looked at their offensive coordinators and said, hey, how about running the football? That's what we're about. Let's see if we can do that.
And this game brought to you in HD as these two teams, both division leaders, battle it out here in a critical game on each side. This is Thompson. Thompson written down by Kyle Johnson. As for the fantasy numbers, Plummer with a touchdown toss to Rod Smith and his first interception in 9 games. Bledsoe threw 1 and also threw 2 picks, 1 run back by Bailey. The running games have been kept in check to this point. While Witten had 5 early grabs, Glenn had a big 39-yarder. Keyshawn with 3 catches and a touchdown. Julius Jones will see the first action in the Dallas backfield for the second half. Off the right side and met immediately by Courtney Brown. And let's get the report from the locker rooms. What did you hear down there, Bonnie?
Well, Jim, in talking to Bill Parcells, regardless of the score, he was very pleased with his offense's ability to sustain drives. 44 plays for the Cowboys offense, 21 for Denver. Want to continue in the second half. A note Jake Plummer passed along that's worth keeping an eye on. He said we must have some of the worst production in the third quarter throughout the league. Not a big problem a lot because they've been playing with a lead, but something that Dallas could take advantage of if they could keep the momentum going early on here.
All right, Bonnie, yes, most of the season Denver's been going into that third quarter with a sizable lead. Bledsoe dumps it to Witten, shakes off one and forces the second tackle to be hard-earned by Foxworth. He finally got brought down by Foxworth, but Gold let him get away.
Here comes the blitz. They cannot pick it up. Drew Bledsoe stands in there, and when the team blitzes a quarterback, and you can't block it, the receivers have to know that, and they change their routes. And that's what Jason Witten did. Drew Bledsoe put it right on the money. Pass distribution by the Cowboys today, spread out pretty evenly.
It's Jones. And this time able to pick up a few yards. Give him 4, actually. You said out of character, and Plummer in the first 10 games, 3 interceptions, but really none after the third game until today. Rushing numbers way down for the Broncos, and the Cowboys really not running the football with any great effectiveness either. And the Cowboys have not given up any more than 14 in a home game. Denver already at that number as we start the third quarter. Play action and the rush, and Bledsoe knocked down as he threw it away at the feet of Ian Gold. Brown and Price dragged down Bledsoe.
Yeah, you said it. Just the whole defensive line of the Denver Broncos gets back there. Courtney Brown really just getting Petiti, the right tackle, number 79. He's retreating too much, and when you retreat, you're going to be in the face of your quarterback, and Drew Bledsoe does a good job just throwing it away.
Well, we talked about that big rookie right tackle out of Pittsburgh, and Bill Parcells quick to point out how much Marco Rivera, the right guard, has helped Petiti get adjusted to the NFL and life on the line of scrimmage. A little dump pass to Barber, and the Broncos with a very strong defensive stand. Champ Bailey coming up and a loss of 2.
Well, what they got, it's really a screen. They're going to try to block the man that's covering the receiver, and Al Johnson, the center, tries to get out here. Oh my gosh, and he got held. And now here he comes. He got held by a defensive lineman. That's why he was late.
Cowboys will bring out McBriar, averaging over 52 per punt in that first half. This one Signal for the fair catch, fielded at the 9 by Darren Williams. We'll see what Plummer and the Broncos have up their sleeve. Price getting a little treatment on the bench.
Ding! You are now free to dip your toes in the ocean.
Ding!
Ding!
You are now free to see an old friend.
To forget what traffic sounds like.
Free to find your favorite state flower. Ding! Ding!
That ding is just cracking me up. You are now free to get a low fare, even at the last minute.
Ding!
Ding! You are now free to follow your favorite team.
Ding!
Ding!
You're now free to enjoy low fares coast to coast.
With frequent nonstops to 61 cities.
You are now free to move about the country.
Would you kindly tell me what you're doing in the road?
I'm with the help desk. You're lost. You're headed to Fresno.
Fresno, right.
This is the road to Albuquerque.
How'd you know we were lost?
The boxes told me.
The boxes?
RFID radio tags on the cargo. Helps track shipments.
The boxes knew we were lost. Maybe the boxes should drive. Very funny.
Hey guys, we're here.
Forerunner, expanding your universe. Toyota, moving forward.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Here is your NFL.com poll, and listen closely. What is your favorite NFL holiday? Kickoff weekend, Thanksgiving Day. How about draft weekend? Always my favorite, spending it with Mel Kiper Jr. You can vote at NFL.com.
Excuse me?
Got your pick. Actually, I enjoy Thanksgiving at your side as well. First down at the 10.
That's more believable.
Trevor Price, we understand, with a knee sprain, questionable to return from that Denver bench as Mike Anderson gains a couple. First half possessions, what do you see here?
A lot of punting. Of course, a big interception, and you know, it's hard to say anything, and I'm not saying anything negative about Jake Plummer because he played so well. But the game, they were moving, and they had just gotten a turnover themselves, and the Cowboys took advantage of it and regained that momentum right away.
With a second running play and a good dash, but a flag looks like it might bring it back as Anderson had enough, it appeared, for the first.
Number 50 of the offense, half the distance to the goal. Repeat, second down.
You know, you look at this Dallas defense, and it's a 3-4 defense. 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers for the most part here today. And there's Mike Zimmer, longtime defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. This is new to him. He hasn't coached a 3-4 defense before, so what a transition he has made. And, of course, he was taught a lot by Bill Parcells and other people who have run it. But this it's tough to get big plays, tough to move the quarterback because of those outside linebackers.
It makes it second down, 13 off the penalty. They fake to Dane, fire it to Rod Smith. And the rookie was chasing him out. DeMarcus Ware. Aaron Glenn finished it off. Short gain, that's all.
And you know, you talk about it, Mike Shanahan was a little concerned. He knew he was going to have a hard time running the football and getting big runs, which they usually do. But more importantly, worried about getting some big pass plays because, look, we all know you need those big plays to get some scores in the NFL.
Time of possession. Just remember Denver against the Jets 4 days ago. Had the football for 43 minutes. Top performance in the league this season by one team.
That's right. And they're not tired from that performance, so don't think that.
Open. Hooks here. First down and a plenty as Roy Williams rides him down 20 yards. You know, this is one thing on that tackle. People at home are saying, wait a minute, that's that horse collar thing. They didn't call it. And we actually had a chance to get some clarification on that this week.
Well, here, watch as they come across. There is basically a pick play by the Broncos, and Roy Williams does not pull him backwards into him. And if you don't do that, it is not the horse collar. Every time you see a guy tackled up high, they go, oh, could be the horse collar. Not true. Only if you bring them into you and pull them down.
Mike Anderson returns, first down carry, and he flies forward for 3 yards. And again, Tatum Bell inactive today, and he's had over 600 yards rushing on the season, and you have to feel a little bad for Tatum. Dallas native, and we saw him last night, had a whole fistful of tickets that he had purchased for 55 members of his family and friends. They got a whole section here at Dallas, and he's just unable to go. They worked him out early, bruised sternum, and they decided he couldn't play. Pass slant, Rod Smith, and he tiptoes past some early hits to the 50 for a first down. And the Tatum Bell contingent, they're still here, enjoying himself. And the orange 26 is Tatum's father, Tony. And Tatum was looking forward to coming back here. He'd played a number of high school games here, you know.
Quite a few, but about 5 of them, by his estimation. Jim, he says, never had a good game.
Yeah, he played for DeSoto, as he would see Mike Anderson. Actually went against Tyson Thompson of the Cowboys here on this field. But another day for Tatum Bell, a key part of this Denver ground game that has outrushed the opponent by an average of 90 yards a game.
I tell you what they do. They got a nice little drive going here. Good rhythm, mixing in the running pass. The big third down pass from Jake Plummer just seemed to give new life to this Denver offense. And what it does, it makes it easier for the play caller, Mike Shanahan. Gets him in rhythm.
Second down and 6. They've inched across midfield, and now this is when they're dangerous. Flag down. Plummer has the first. And at the 31, Charlie Adams cleared out the right side, but will it come back?
I wonder if this is going to be a blocker engaged and then another player goes low on him. Nope, it's on downs.
There's no foul for defensive holding.
So spotted down at the 31 of the Cowboys. The 14-yard run by Plummer.
You know, Jim, you talk Rod Smith right there. That time goes down and gets the block and allows Jake Plummer to get outside. You talked about Rod Smith earlier. Unselfish, tough, plays with a chip on his shoulder, and feels like every day is his last. So he says, I get started every game. We talk about his wide receivers making that first block.
Rondane. And picks up 4 yards. We are 9 weeks into the TV season, and only one team remains undefeated. 9-0. More people turning to CBS than any other network for the best dramas, the top comedies, the #1 news magazine, the #1 reality show, the #1 series on television. This Thanksgiving, we thank you for making CBS America's #1 network.
So are we bragging on ourselves? Is that what's going on?
You know,
we might as well, because nobody else is going to talk about it, right? So
you can do that down here in Texas, you know. It's usually done in good taste. Nick Anderson, again, getting some heavy work on this drive, 3 yards. But 3rd and short, 3rd and 3 coming up.
Talk about this drive, the momentum it's given this Denver Broncos team running it. Look how far it is inside their own 15, 7 plays, 58 yards, and consuming some time too.
Remember, they had 3rd and 7 back at their own 13. This time 3rd and 3. Open, hits the air. First down at the 15.
That was a great job by Jake Plummer. Standing in the pocket, looking for the quick pass. Nobody open, and he just quickly dips to the outside, and it allows the receiver to uncover, and he finds him and puts it on the money. That's what happened. This is the new Jake Plummer. Instead of just trying to force it in there, he moves. And boy, what I really like, he can throw on the run and drop that arm down and sling it in there sideways. Got to be able to do that as a starting quarterback in this league.
They're alternating backs, almost play to play. It's Dane's time. Gets the call. Look at this run. Dane with the touchdown for Denver.
I was in Denver back in the summer, and I watched this guy run down the field right in front of me, and I turned to everybody in the Denver Broncos staff and go, who was that? That's Ron Dane. He just looks different in this uniform. He runs different. How about that cut? Going outside. Makes the defender completely miss, showing the good feet, and goes in for the touchdown.
His first touchdown as a Bronco. The former Heisman winner. Finding new life in Denver and delivering today in Dallas. A 90-yard touchdown drive, the longest allowed by the Cowboys this year. It ends with Ron Dane's gallop to the end zone.
Everyone talks about how tough their truck is, how much it can haul. But when we build a truck, we like to think beyond the first load, to the second, the third, the fourth. That's why load after load, job after job, year after year, nothing stops a Tundra. Toyota trucks, moving forward.
Call of Duty 2, rated T for teen.
Yesterday, one of our advisors showed this woman how even if her brother outlives her, she can always be there for him.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 40. MetLife. Have you met life today? And by Toyota. Choose any direction as long as it's forward. Toyota, moving forward.
Denver had 5 first downs on that drive after amounting to a total of 6 in the first half. Short kick picked up by Campbell of the Cowboys. And Bledsoe and Dallas will try to move the chains this time, unable to the first time in this quarter.
Hey guys, we're here.
Forerunner, expanding your universe. Toyota, moving forward.
Taking a quick break? I'd like to see that for someone very special.
This holiday, what do you give the most important person on your list? A Leo diamond from Kay Jewelers, the very first diamond to be independently certified for its superior brilliance. Handcrafted by the master diamond artisans at Leo Schachter, and hand-selected to match beautifully by Kay Jewelers.
Chris, it's beautiful. How did you know? Every kiss begins with K.
That's not garlic I'm smelling.
I like tangy. Ooh, can you make mine tangy?
Spicy.
Want a new spin on steak? Hurry in now for the new Chili Steak Festival. Big, juicy flavors like our Garlic Lovers ribeye. The new Chili Steak Festival for a limited time. Come on, live a little.
Technology has made your morning easier. Why not your shave? The new Philips Norelco Smart Touch XL is designed to shave more, with 3 shaving rings in each shaving head. And it stays on your neck, so even tricky hairs are cut. Make every stroke count.
Access NFL.com for live scores and stats. And after the games, AOL members get exclusive NFL.com features only on AOL.
Tonight, give thanks for an all-new Late Show.
Hi, David. Happy Thanksgiving.
Play Guess the Pie with Dave's mom. I'm going to go with Pumpkin, all-new Thanksgiving Dave tonight.
Hi, I'm Trevor Price of the Denver Broncos, and this is my wife, Sonia, my kids, Kari and Cameron, and from our family to yours, Happy Thanksgiving.
And we thank you for that. Trevor Price shaken up on the last defensive series, but helmet on, looks like he's ready to come back. 2 sacks on the season. When we visited with him earlier in the season, he had so many other opportunities, and just quarterback somehow throwing it away at the last second. A lot of hurries, quarterback pressures. Bledsoe comes out looking up top. He's grabbed Jones and upended by Foxworth.
Boy, it looks like Drew Bledsoe. They've had some problems down here with the snap between him and Johnson, and it looks like he's either late getting out from underneath the center, or the defensive line is a half step faster than Dallas's offensive line. It looks like a lot of work between the quarterback and the center.
Al Johnson, the Cowboys starting center, has been a little banged up. Put Witten in the backfield, lined up as the fullback. Again, an early collision on Jones. That's Ebenezer Ekuban, a former Cowboy, actually drafted. We saw Price and his family greeting. Price, a former first-round pick of the Broncos in the late 90s, and Ekuban was a Cowboy first-round pick back in '99.
Well, you know, you go back to that, Jim. He went to the Cleveland Browns from here, and along with everybody else from that Cleveland Brown defensive line, they ended up in Denver, and it's worked out well for Mike Shanahan and his team.
3rd down and 5. And Dallas gets the first down. Diving grab by Peerless Price.
That's good thinking by the Dallas Cowboys. Why make it difficult? So few teams throw the football along the sidelines. Look at the space that Peerless Price has. Drew Bledsoe quick with the football and throws it out there with velocity before the defensive back can react. The defense a lot of times will dare you to throw it to the sidelines. Drew Bledsoe not afraid to do that.
An early down rush, and a quick hit by Courtney Brown this time. They are just getting there almost at the handoff.
Well, what it is, they're just quicker than the guys blocking them. The big guys are big, but they cannot get their hands on this quick, athletic defensive line. Courtney Brown started slow this year, got injured again in training camp, but just keeps playing better every single week.
A defense that saw the Jets rush for only 22 yards last Sunday. They had to report that running game early because Denver ended up shutting them out. Led throughout. There's a nice hookup with Terry Glenn for another first. Gain of 12.
Dominique Foxworth on the coverage. This time John Lynch and the blitzers don't time it right. It allows Drew Bledsoe to stay in there and make the throw down the field. And boy, when you let Drew Bledsoe set his feet, he can put something on it. Gets himself in good position.
First down in Denver territory, squeezing through the hole and hammered shortly after that. 3 yards for Jones. Monday on CBS, a member of the CSI team gets busted in a powerful new episode that you have to see to believe. It's Monday's #1 show, CSI Miami, on America's #1 network, CBS.
Tell you one more reason why this Denver defense can be good. They play about 20 different defensive players. They shuffle them in and out every play. Defensive linemen go hard for 2, then take a break.
Second down and 7. Trying to establish some sort of running attack. And very few openings. 2 this time for Jones. Lynch and Gold combine on the tackle.
John Lynch, the veteran, plays up near the line of scrimmage a lot. Hard to fool a guy that's seen basically every play there is from an offense in this league.
Trevor Price is back in to the Denver defense. Into the lineup, number 93. Marion Barber for the Cowboys in the backfield.
Here comes the punt rush. Look at all the guys. That's what they call it.
It looks like it.
Rushing the punter.
Third down and 5. And Bledsoe get it away in time. All over it. And a sack for the Broncos. And it's Trevor Price.
There's Trevor Price. He's getting hot with the sacks now. But look at everybody at the line of scrimmage right here. Defender off, and I was wrong again. Come on, it looks like a blitz. They drop out the last second. It confuses the blocking assignments by the offensive line, and that's why Trevor.
Good coverage, and well done, Keith Davis. But there is the flag. Boy, if this is able to hold up, having the Broncos pin back at the 2. Of course, they did just drive at 90 yards the last time they had it. Fast moving third quarters. The Broncos used up most of the time on that one 90-yard drive that produced the touchdown.
Illegal block from behind. Number 22 of the receiving team. Half a distance to the goal. First down.
Broncos will have it at the 1. There's the infraction. But Denver leads it on Thanksgiving Day.
Flav, you've tried both Miller Lite and Bud Light. Which has more taste?
The Miller Lite, definitely.
Let the record show that our taste expert.
Objection, Your Honor.
He's not a taste expert.
This man's legal name is Flavor Flav. Counselor, I'll allow it.
Yeah, boy!
All rise for great taste.
Now at Best Buy, get no interest financing till 2007 on everything, like the hottest gifts of the season. Hurry in now for no interest financing on everything in the store till 2007. This holiday, there are more gifts to give and deals to get at Best Buy.
Everyone talks about how tough their truck is, how much it can haul. But when we build a truck, we like to think beyond the first load, to the second, the third, the fourth. That's why load after load, job after job, year after year, nothing stops a Tundra. Toyota Trucks, moving forward.
Without a Trace, tonight on CBS, America's most watched network.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Best Buy. Thousands of possibilities. Get yours. And by Miller. There's good enough and there's better than it has to be. Miller. Good call.
And a good look down at Texas Stadium from the MetLife blimp. Captain Jeff Capek working hard here on Thanksgiving Day, providing the aerial shots from the 1. It's Anderson. And just diving out of the end zone for no gain.
Cowboys think and run a course in this situation, change their defense. They've done this a few times today. They bring in 4 big defensive linemen instead of 3. When they think it's going to be a run, they're bringing in more meat.
And they're heading to the other end. And they'll march 98 yards to the other side, going to the 4th with the Broncos leading and getting it out of the end zone.
He carjacked a woman and drove away with her child.
These people are violent. I can't ask you to put your family at risk.
Where is she? Haley?
Don't miss the thrilling hit drama Numbers, CBS tomorrow night.
It's a comfortable feeling knowing your annuity from Prudential can bring you a check every month for the life of your retirement. Prudential Financial, growing and protecting your wealth for retirement.
What is the color of innocence? What is the color of bravado? What is the color of passion? What is the color of defiance? Life is color, and no other HD television shows it more vibrantly than the Panasonic Plasma, America's best-selling plasma TV. Panasonic, ideas for life.
Ding! You are now free to see an old friend. Ding! You are now free
to forget what traffic sounds like.
Ding! Ding!
That ding is just cracking me up.
Ding! You are now free to follow your favorite team. Ding! Ding!
You're now free to enjoy low fares coast to coast.
Southwest Airlines is bringing more low fares to Denver, like $59 and $79 nonstop to these cities. Visit southwest.com.
You are now free to move about the country.
The Stay-at-Home Sergeant, CBS 4 investigates tonight at 10.
All the pageantry of the Thanksgiving Day game in Dallas. I hope you're happy. Sang Sheryl Crow at halftime. And a strong performance. 2nd down and 9 to begin the 4th. Play action. There's the man open. Mike Anderson coughed it up. And was it recovered before he was out? Yes, they rule on the field. It's Newman with his 2nd takeaway of the game. Roy Williams jarred it loose.
So Roy Williams makes the interception last week that wins the game for the Dallas Cowboys. A little different play this time for Denver. Oh, what a hit by Roy Williams.
Sure, upstairs, Denver just wanted to make sure the assistance was Newman. Was he in or not?
And Mike Shanahan does not have a challenge. He does not have a challenge because that was so close. There's nothing he can do.
Wow.
Boy, and I know he's frustrated right now. He's thinking, what can I do to get a look at this? It doesn't matter.
Used him up in the first half. Marion Barber shaking off the ankle tackle, picks up 2.
I tell you, Roy Williams, the defensive safety for the Cowboys, he plays up near the line of scrimmage, he plays back, and he's such a ferocious hitter, he causes the fumble.
Had they had a challenge?
He grabs it before it goes out of bounds. Does he have possession?
Pretty close. I actually think on that one.
Yeah, Mike, you could rest easy. He probably had it.
I think it probably would have been upheld. Ruling on the field, that is. Barber backing into the 4. Behind Larry Allen, he ran, but 3rd and goal on the way for Dallas. Reinforcement coming in for the Broncos. They bring back Ekuban and Warren.
Really a tough spot. Back of the end zone is usually the safest place. It's the unguarded part of the football field. You need to deceive the defense in situations like this.
They got the hide edge with Keyshawn on Foxworth, but timeout called by Dallas. With 13:40 remaining in the game.
Jolly good cheer, and the holidays
it's coming together.
The best time of the year.
Honey, do we have a saw? Ta-da!
Where does this piece go?
Whatever it is this holiday season, you can get it on eBay.
This could be the best day of my life. I just got my own place. It's a one-bedroom apartment. I mean, yeah, the kitchen and bathroom are also in the bedroom, but I bought a couch. And oh, this beautiful coffee table dresser bureau thing. I use a Discover card so I can earn cash on everything I buy. It's money I use to help me add on to my sweet new den.
Another reason it pays to Discover, the Discover card.
You have a spirit attached to you. I think she's Mark's late wife. Does he really think he can forget me that easily?
Ghost Whisperer, CBS tomorrow. Ray Romano is back on CBS.
Why don't you just crash at my place? It'll be fun.
Let me just ask my mom. Tell. I'm gonna.
A new King of Queens, CBS Everybody Loves Monday.
And again, a happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Jim Nance, Phil Simms, and Bonnie Bernstein of the CBS family. Mike Arnold, our director, Lance Barrow down in the truck. And all the men and women of CBS Sports wishing you the best. A big 3rd and goal here for the Cowboys. Pass play all the way to the end zone, touchdown. It's Jason Witten.
That was clever. They had 3 receivers to the right. I just knew it was going to the right side. What they did, they had Terry Glenn clear it out, and then Jason Witten comes in behind him, and just enough room where Drew Bledsoe can just get it in there before the defense can react.
Well, the Cowboys have specialized in close games this year, down to the wire, and they're in store for another one today. Not different, with the tying point after. 21's on the board.
On December 9th, the wardrobe will open. Impossible. The witch will rise. The lion will reign. And the motion picture event of the year, Take Them, will arrive. From C.S. Lewis's epic masterpiece, The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Rated PG. Directed by Andrew Adamson.
The front and rear pillars of the F-150 are insulated with an innovative heat-activated foam to reduce noise, making it as quiet as a luxury vehicle. A luxury vehicle that can tow 9,900 pounds.
John Elway is a lonely guy. But when you vote for your Pro Bowl picks on your phone with Sprint service,
no new messages.
You and 3 friends could win a trip to Hawaii for the 2006 Pro Bowl and keep John company. But hurry, John's waiting. Text PRO to 46635 to vote today or go to NFL.com and check out exclusive NFL content with Sprint. Sprint, yes you can.
CBS Tonight. While you're feasting, the survivors will be scrounging. And in a game of extreme physical challenges, you've got to be able to play the mind games.
And I have to be really smart.
You got to step it up or you're not going to be around.
New Survivor tonight.
Hey, I'm Drew Bledsoe. On behalf of my family and the Dallas Cowboys, I want to wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving.
Well, we asked Drew what is he thankful for on this day. He said that I've lived a happy, healthy, blessed life. And I'm grateful for my first nephew, born just days ago, James McQueen Bledsoe. Yeah, calling him Mac after his father.
And Drew's middle name is
McQueen.
McQueen, too.
Got to be tough. Walking around with the name McQueen.
He is.
That's Alexander from the goal line. A lot of bodies around them at the 24. What did you see on the touchdown?
Here's what happens. Terry Glenn is going to flash in front of Nick Ferguson, and that's just enough to allow Jason Witten to find a little spot. Oh, distracted him just for a split second, and that's all you need for a short pass into the end zone.
Bill Parcells called Witten everybody's All-America blonde-haired farm boy tied in.
That's what he is.
That's what he said. Dane returns to the Denver lineup. Getting 5 yards. I'm starting to wonder. I smell the pecan pies and the cobbler, but the big question, the Phil Simms Iron Award. These guys are serious, man.
Yeah, they are. Well, it's big stuff. Trophies. Players like them. We got a lot of them, so we'll see who gets it done here down the stretch. Been a lot of players have some bright moments in the game. I don't know if anybody's just been outstanding from start to finish.
I hope they have a monitor back there so they can enjoy the game. Standing there protecting. Yard shy of the first is Dane, but a flag down. I might point out, though.
66 offense, 10 yards, repeat second down.
And then tomorrow on CBS, you can see why the crime drama Numbers adds up to be Friday's #1 drama. Lou Diamond Phillips guest stars on a new episode of Numbers right here on CBS tomorrow night on America's #1 network. The whole iron concept, Phil Simms Iron Award, is based on the fact that my partner here truly irons his clothes almost on a daily basis.
Well, I don't say daily. I know game day. I did as a kid, so everybody thought it was funny. That's how it came about, contrary to belief. You know,
what belief is that?
I didn't grow up a privileged life, so we did some of the work ourselves.
Okay. Gotcha. Second down, Plummer, look out. Oh, Newman had open running room. Canty really forced the wild pass. He was in on Plummer.
Chris Canty does come almost, well, he comes untouched. Denver blows the blocking assignments up front, and I said early in this game, the difference in this Cowboy team is they go after the football. They can blitz because now they have defensive backs who can cover wide receivers. Terrence Newman, first-round pick. He can make big plays on the defensive side.
He could see iron had he made that theft and a run back. Third down 15. And more pressure and never a chance for Plummer. Greg Ellis with a bear hug. And Canty, a very active game as well, the rookie from Virginia.
Yeah, Chris Canty got hurt his senior year. That's why he was a fourth-round draft pick. But, boy, everybody, DeMarcus Ware makes him come up, but nobody is open to give Jake Plummer a chance to get the first down the field. Didn't matter. He was under too much pressure.
Ellis with his 8th sack of the year. There is Newman. Awaiting the Sauerbrunn effort. And there's a buzz in this building for the first time. Ooh, a late fair catch call. and able to fall on it. I mean, he broke into the fair catch call as the ball was coming into his body. Break for Dallas. This one almost got away.
Millions of people have joined the Ford and Lincoln Mercury families, and now we're making it even easier for you to join. Introducing Keep It Simple pricing. No tags, no hassles, no gimmicks. The price you see is the price you'll get. Keep It Simple pricing. It's simply a great value. And your Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealers are willing to shake on it. Check it out today at Ford.com.
Merry Christmas.
What would you do for love this Christmas?
It seems like everyone's rushing to get things done faster. But sometimes the best solution is to slow things down. Budweiser Select starts with the finest American and Bavarian hops. Then we brew it longer, giving the beer a full flavor that's easy to drink. Why do we slow things down to make Budweiser Select? It's worth it. Budweiser Select. Expect everything.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the new Sprint. Sprint. Yes, you can. A diamond is forever. What would you do for love this Christmas? And by the Ford F-150. Built Ford tough.
And we're back in Dallas with the Cowboys. First down at the 45. The lead in this game never larger than 7, exchanging touchdowns. And that's Jones who has to go back deep to get away from the first pressure. And able to move ahead for 3. Ekuban with the tackle. Coming up on the Subway postgame show, join Greg and Dan, Shannon and Boomer. And we'll have the presentation again of the Phil Simms All-Iron MVP Award coming up on the Subway postgame show. Al Wilson a little slow to get around.
Number 56, Al Wilson. Oh, he just gets kicked by the runner.
Second down and 7. They go to the 3 receiver set. Good pass again. Witten open middle. And he's right on that first down yardage. And they move the chains.
Passing the football has been tough against this defense, but the short passing game has worked, and it's worked for a couple reasons. On Al Wilson, you can tell he's a little still, well, he's definitely not 100%, that's for sure. Might take a couple plays to run that out.
He's not going to take himself out. That's a season high 8 catches for Witten. First down, Dallas. They pick up Bailey on the blitz. They launch it long for Glenn. And a little contact, but no flag. Nick Ferguson back deep with Terry Glenn. This Witten performance, well, he's had chances all game long, including a touchdown.
Well, there have not been open receivers down the field. So when the field receivers are not open, the quarterback is going to look short. Jason Witten is big. He understands how to get open in front of the quarterback, and Drew Bledsoe's finding it.
Throwback player. Cowboys today adorning their throwback uniform. Second down and 10. And Jones escapes the hit of gold, and that's the first real running room of the day.
So few teams will line up with split backs in the National Football League now and go across the formation. Jones to the right of the quarterback goes across. It was an all-out blitz. by the Denver defense. They left the play on because, hey, they knew they could block it down. I tell you what, if DJ Williams doesn't slow him down, this could have been a huge run. Also, Ian Gold gets up in there and slows him down too.
Hey, there's a challenge flag out, and I thought the same thing that the Dallas bench is saying. The spot is a yard back of the first down, when in fact, maybe at first glance, appeared that Jones went out beyond the first down marker. So the Cowboys apparently going to question the spot.
Dallas is challenging the ruling on the play that they did not make a first down.
So they're going to use up a challenge here. Try to pick up the first as they screw on the helmets here in Dallas. Been a good one from the start. Where did he go out?
Plenty of interior space, the comfort of a luxury car, and more power for less fuel. The new 2006 Ford Explorer can move the crowd, no matter who's driving.
When we talked during the season, I talked to him. I want to talk about how the Bears are doing. He wants to talk about Wildcat football.
Ryan gets this grin, and it's as if he's done exactly what he was meant to do in life.
You know, when you're tackling, you're not straight up. You're bending at your knees. You're ripping through and grabbing cloth. And that explosion is going to drive the ball carrier to the ground. And the harder, the better.
This is it, the island of the skull.
Somewhere in the Pacific Ocean, there is an island where men do not go. For good reason. You'll need the courage of a man and the strength of a beast to survive. Play as man. Play as Kong. Play Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie. Rated E10 to T.
CBS Tonight. Enjoy a heaping helping of CSI.
Kitchen worker found him.
What's this gunk in his hands? Mashed potatoes?
All of this was in the Vic's stomach? The guy was a walking buffet.
So what are you thinking now?
He ate himself to death.
Save room for a new CSI. CBS Tonight.
Cranberry sauce.
Happy Thanksgiving.
We're eyeing, where did Julius Jones go out of bounds? Had to get right at the 35 for the first. And watch this nifty move. Change the ball from his left arm to his right. And Phil, you want to make the point here about the foot being out. Doesn't matter. It's the football in the air where it went out.
Reviewing the play. When the runner steps out of bounds, the ball is at the 39-yard line, which is 1 yard beyond the line to gain. It'll be 1st and 10 Dallas at the 39.
He means the 34.
Charged with a timeout. And they get one additional replay challenge.
So in effect, the shifting of the ball from his left arm to the right arm saved him here.
It does, Jim, and I'll tell you, you and I talked about during the commercial, would you challenge this? And I said, if I was sure, yes, I would, because it would have been 30 yards. Sometimes those are tough to come up with. It's in the fourth quarter. Don't wait for another big spot to throw a red flag.
Did they charge us? No, y'all get another timeout. I mean, y'all get another replay.
Jerry Austin getting back in position. Had a word there with Bill Parcells. That's the longest run for Jones today. Give him 11 yards. Quick pass to Keyshawn. Makes the move to get away from Darren Williams. And another Dallas first.
Wow, Darren Williams comes up hobbling. Might have turned his ankle. Keyshawn Johnson, he's big, knows how to use his body. Nice fake that time and picks up the first down. Pretty shifty for a big man.
That move not only faked him right out of his shoes, it rolled an ankle.
Well, I'll tell you something about what Bill Parcells always tells Keyshawn Johnson once he catches a pass.
First down and 10, and Jones.
Hey, it's over, it's over. Hey, hey!
Well, I I was in practice one time. He threw a short pass over the middle to Keyshawn Johnson. Keyshawn catches it. He tries to dodge the defender, and Bill Parcells goes into this big tirade. He goes, Keyshawn, remember what you are. You are a giraffe. You are not a gazelle. So remember what makes you a really good football player. Use your size and don't try to be so quick. But not going to argue with that last move because he was a gazelle, got around Darren Williams.
2nd down and 7. Bledsoe over to Jones. He comes up on him and buries him at the 15. Ian Gold with the big whack on him. 3rd and 5 coming up. We've had a number of huge hits.
Everything is tough in this game. Hard to move the football. The passing game, it's tough to get yards. Hard to get a big run. Both defenses making you work hard.
Barber in for Jones on 3rd and 5. Bledsoe rolling out. Now just fires it away. Remember Al Wilson? Shaken up earlier. Well, he's back going full throttle.
Denver's defense continues to confuse. The fact that John Lynch comes out to the right just ruins the whole play. It's a sprint out pass. They want to throw it quick to the right to get the first down. Denver had the perfect defense on, and Drew Bledsoe does the right thing. Throw it away.
It'll be a 33-yard field goal try. Billy Cundiff for the lead.
Well, John Lynch has really played well so far today.
Romo on the hold. And the kick, no good. No good from actually 34 yards. We remained heartbreaker for the Cowboy contingency.
I'm lost in you, in your splash of cherry. Your hint of vanilla makes me feel so very. I'm lost in Diet Cherry Vanilla Dr. Pepper.
She's coming. Get to a safe place.
Charlize Theron is
Amateurs.
Beyond Flux. Rated PG-13. Starts December 2nd.
Hey, Teddy, I hate to bother you. You sent my melon to Peyton, P-E-Y.
Groceries, $41.
That's awesome, man. Charlie!
Oil change, $25.
You're good, too. Decaf!
Lunch,
Decaf!
$12.
Great shift today, guys. Nice salad bar.
Your favorite players.
Yes.
Priceless.
Yes. Yes!
There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
You signed the bread to my little brother. He loves you.
Millions of people have joined the Ford and Lincoln Mercury families. And now we're making it even easier for you to join. Introducing Keep It Simple pricing. No tags, no hassles, no gimmicks. The price you see is the price you'll get. Keep It Simple pricing. It's simply a great value. And your Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealers are willing to shake on it. Check it out today at Ford.com.
Don't miss Cold Case, Sundays on CBS, America's most watched network.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper, one taste and you get it. And by Paramount Pictures' new film, Eon Flux. Starts Friday, December 2nd in theaters only, rated PG-13.
Downtown Dallas, the glitter, and we remind you that tomorrow on CBS, over 10 million Americans start their Friday night with Jennifer Love Hewitt making Ghost Whisperer the night's #1 new show. Critics calling it a surefire hit. Ghost Whisperer tomorrow on CBS, America's #1 network. Cundiff slumped on the Cowboy bench. Halfway through the final quarter, all tied. Plummer down the middle, and the grab by Putzier. He's going to say, wait a minute, was anybody able to touch me down?
Oh, yeah, there's definitely contact. Roy Williams going for the interception. It's a blitz by the Dallas Cowboys. Denver picks it up very well. Jake Plummer, what a throw. Throw it down low, protect your receiver, and also he saw Roy Williams coming up.
Good hands by Putzier, gains 15.
Dallas with the big defensive lineman in there, expecting run.
Run it they do for a couple with Dane. Well, this weekend coming up on CBS, regional action. Many of you will see Tom Brady and the Patriots take on Trent Green in Kansas City. New England, Kansas City headlining our day. It all starts with the NFL Today. Armin Katayan with the story of Bill Belichick and his late father Steve, their relationship, and the extraordinary football book collection they shared. Our sympathies to Coach Belichick and his family on the loss of his dad. A great man, passed away last Saturday night. Across the middle, and the grab made by Dane and immediately hit by Brady James.
Big moment in this game, big third down. Denver, what they've done already, they have changed field position. So even if they don't pick up the third down, they're going to make the Dallas Cowboys go a long way to get a field goal or a touchdown.
Third down and 5. Plummer. Flag down. Catch made by Putzier, but it's coming back.
Holding, number 50 of the offense, 10 yards, repeat third down.
It's been Hamilton for the second time.
That is a game-changing penalty right there. Instead of first down inside the opponent's 50, now you're backed up 3rd and 15.
10th Denver penalty. They've been one of the least penalized teams in the league this year. 10 today.
Remember, though, penalties a lot of times come just like that. When you're getting beat physically, that's when you commit fouls.
Third and 15. And hold on a minute. Plummer hesitated at one stretch, thinking they'd whistled it dead.
Before the snap, timeout Denver. It will be a 30-second timeout.
First one used by the Broncos in this half.
Well, that had to be called from the sideline by Mike Shanahan and the coaching staff.
So a big third down again with 5:15 remaining. Mike Shanahan, one thing that I know he wanted us to pass along, a player who started in this game 4 years ago when they played here on Thanksgiving, was Dwayne Carswell, who was injured seriously a month ago in an automobile accident on his way over to the Denver facility. And he's up now, and he is remembered by this team, particularly on Thanksgiving Day. And every time they break huddle on the sideline, it's 1, 2, 3 house.
Yep.
They say that is a tribute to Carswell.
Of course, that says it all. It tells you about what he was. He was a tremendously big tight end, and this year he moved to offensive line. So, Jim, a nice way to pay tribute to somebody who's not with them right now.
Instead of 1, 2, 3 Broncos, the house. Take the underneath stuff nowhere near first. Terrence Newman had a hold of Dane, only gains about half of what they needed.
Well, that's good. Those few yards really help. It helps field position. Because if with 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go, the Broncos are thinking, stop them, we'll have a chance for one more good drive before the game ends.
Sauerbrunn to punt to Newman. He had a momentary lapse the last time, but cleanly grabs this one.
although it's at the 12. 47 yards on the punt. Well, we're getting near the end, and what is a critical game on each side, and then you've got your All-Iron Trophy and the history of it. Look at the winners. And in fact, Coakley, Batch, check out 01. Mike Anderson, Troy Brown, all single winners. And then you started to get really generous in 03. I had a whole change of character for you.
Well, I came into some money to make more trophies.
Is that what it is? Yeah, you gave the whole offensive line for Indianapolis, and of course Peyton had 6 touchdown tosses last year in Detroit. And so Myers caught Johnson, first down.
You know, I'll tell you what, it does bother me constantly hear what Drew Bledsoe can't do. Who in the NFL can make this throw? How fast and how hard did he throw it? Right on the money. I stood behind him in practice the other day and I went, first off, you are one big dude. And second, when he has time, not many guys can load up that right leg and throw it like he can.
You notice the coverage over there was Darren Williams, who turned an ankle, rolled an ankle earlier in this quarter, trying to stay with Keyshawn. And Julius for only a yard. Let's go down to Bonnie.
Well, Jaron, we're watching a pretty gutty performance from Broncos linebacker Al Wilson. Despite suffering a left knee injury on the last drive, he has refused to come out, even though he's limping in between every play. And Wilson, critical to Denver for several reasons. He's the longest tenured Bronco on defense. He's their leading tackler. And as a middle linebacker, he's the guy who's taking all the plays from the sideline, communicating them to the players and making sure they get lined up the right way.
Well, he came to Denver as a first rounder after their 2nd Super Bowl in a row. And here the play is broken up by Foxworth, the rookie that gets somewhat overshadowed by Darren Williams. He's another good one, a rookie from Maryland, Dominique Foxworth.
Dude, he might be better, Jim. It's a blitz. Here comes the blitz. Drew Bledsoe's going to get rid of the football, and now Denver has seen this about 3 times. So look what Foxworth does. Excellent. He knows they got a blitz going to that side, so he anticipates the short throw. And I tell you what, Keyshawn Johnson does a good job of stopping the interception that could have lost the game for him.
Foxworth was taken in the 3rd round of last April's draft. 3rd down to 9. With 3 minutes to go. And there is Witten for the first. Bledsoe used his size there to his advantage, didn't he, in the pocket?
He did. He used his size and he moved those feet. And Bill Parcells sit there and told me, he says, this guy could just move around. He should do it more. And the fact that he stepped up in the pocket, kept his feet alive, it allows Jason Witten, covered, sees the quarterback move, then he uncovers. Good job of making something out of nothing by Jason Witten.
Extended his arm up and over the pressure and able to fling it for the first. Back to Johnson. And Darren Williams again unable to hold on.
That is a play they call in the huddle. It's a run play, and they have a word for it that alerts the receivers. If a guy's too far off of you, I'm going to throw it. You see the running play is to the right. Keyshawn knew it, that, hey, this Darren Williams is too far off of me. They take advantage of it.
And Al Wilson went over and talked to the rookie. This time they plugged the middle. And Cundiff, they get another chance. He missed from 34. And we approach the 2-minute warning. Talked about how the Dallas contingent was brokenhearted, but maybe Cundiff will get one more attempt. They've still got yardage to make up, though. Ball at the 48 of Denver. With 2 minutes to play.
Everybody's heart is normally supposed to be the same size, but you can't measure what's in the heart that drives a person to be successful.
In our first football game that we played his sophomore year, he ran for 6 touchdowns.
And they said, well, did you see this in high school? I said, yes, I did, and we all did. He had put in his mind that he wasn't going to let anybody stop him, tell him what he couldn't do. He was going to show him what he could do.
It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog.
Together they stand, poised for action, anywhere, anytime.
even your next football party. The Coors Light Gridiron Cooler Box. 18 16-ounce bottles that hold the same amount of beer as a case. And those big bottles are clad in plastic, so the Coors Light inside stays Rocky Mountain cold. Just ice it up, take it out, and enjoy. The Coors Light Gridiron Cooler Box. Ready to go, ready to play.
Witness a transformation. Sony SXRD technology delivers 2 million pixels of red, green, and blue. Twice the pixels of HD as we know it. But that's what makes the new Grand Vega SXRD a Sony, the world's greatest high-definition television. Make it yours at sony.com/HDTV.
Like no other, Sony.
2 married FBI agents. Now, one is missing.
Max is having an affair.
I knew about it.
And the other is a suspect.
Did you participate in the disappearance of Max Cassidy?
I would never have done this to you, ever!
Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio guest stars on a new Without a Trace, CBS tonight.
Tonight, a Thanksgiving feast of new episodes. Survivor, CSI, television's #1 show, and Without a Trace, plus the Late Show with David Letterman after your local news on America's #1 network. You've got Denver leading the AFC West at 8-2, second best record behind Indianapolis, and Dallas sharing the NFC East lead with the Giants. And 3rd and 1 for the Cowboys with 2 minutes to play, game tied. Throw for it, and it slips through the hands of Terry Glenn, who probably would have been stopped immediately by Darren Williams anyway.
You know, I don't think it was a run and a pass, and it was just not a good decision. You could tell it's a run. Look at the running backs going to the right. Darren Williams says, hey, how many times are you going to show that to me?
Yeah, the Cowboys said, let's go back over and test the rookie another time. But Williams looked like he would have had the play on it this time anyway.
Well, and it was a smaller receiver. It was not Keyshawn Johnson, who I would throw that to.
Williams is back. And will run away from this one, and a favorable bounce for the Broncos. Touchback. Well, how did we get to this point with 1:48 to play? It was Dallas pitching one over to Champ Bailey, who returned it for the score. Cowboys answer back. Bledsoe to Johnson. Smith brought it down for the Broncos' 7-point lead. Bledsoe up and over on 4th and a yard. And then Dane from 16. Only to see the Cowboys hit Witten. 21 all. And Jason Elam. His target line, well, that's if you're going to go off the career long for Jason, but he's not 100%. I've got to tell you, he's got a calf injury off his plant leg. Were they able to get in position? Here's one attempt to get down there, and it's almost intercepted and broken up by Todd DeVoe. Aaron Glenn actually had the play on it. And Glenn slow to get up.
Looks like Todd DeVoe falls on top of him. What a job by Aaron Glenn. He waits to the last second and then outruns Todd DeVoe to the football. And DeVoe, if he doesn't do what he did, it's going to be intercepted.
Glenn, a big offseason acquisition for the Cowboys. He played for the Texans the last few years, and he is a savvy veteran. And starting today with Anthony Henry out, inactive with an injury. So the Cowboys already a little thin in the secondary, and they've got another one shaken up.
Yeah, and not only that, then I look at this game where we're at, Jim, 1:41. The Denver Broncos, they got a little double-edged sword here because there's still plenty of time, and the Dallas Cowboys with one timeout. You want to make sure, hey, you want to drive down and score, but you don't want to give the Dallas Cowboys one more chance.
Charging the Cowboys with a timeout here, so that's why they have only one.
It's hard to speculate what's wrong. He goes down to the turf hard. As he falls, he lands on his right shoulder, and it could hit his head on the ground. I know Bill Parcells, we showed a shot. He's concerned, and Ooh, his helmet does hit the ground hard.
Denver has 2 timeouts. So you had said the other day when we were at the Cowboys facility at Valley Ranch, what a big pickup that was to have Aaron Glenn and his leadership.
Well, Jim, forget the leadership. He's a player. I've followed his whole career in New York, down in Houston. This guy can read a quarterback and go to the football still as quick as anybody in the NFL. And you saw it when they were playing the Detroit Lions last Sunday. Oh my gosh, he made an interception, went in the end zone with a touchdown. It was so fast you couldn't believe it, and they were unfortunate because there was a penalty on the play that stopped it. I think he might be okay. Just the helmet hit the turf.
And there's Jack Reeves, who will take his position on the field. Second year from Purdue. But the Broncos went for the big ball. They'll now face 2nd down and 10 with 1:41.
Well, that was if the Dallas Cowboys wouldn't have had to use that timeout, Denver would really be in a tough position because they could use both of their timeouts to stop the clock if Denver thought about running the football.
There's Nathan Jones also coming into the Dallas secondary. On the slant, Smith with Reeves riding him down short of the first. That gained 8, but it'll be a 3rd and 2. And look at the pace with which they operate right now. The game tied. You have to be careful about getting too hurry up, getting careless, getting the football back in too much time to the Cowboys.
Hey, they're just trying to get to overtime. This is all this is about. It's not about winning the game for the Denver Broncos right here. It's about not losing it.
Can you believe Aaron Glenn is back on the field? That's Aaron walking toward this near sideline. There he is.
And the sideline for the Broncos is going to call the timeout. They waited till 1 second left on the play clock.
With 55 seconds in the game, on the game clock. And Jason Elam, he got injured. I mentioned a minute ago, he's not 100% and warming up for the game at Invesco at Mile High. He pulled a cap on his plant leg. Stayed on, though, in the lineup, in the game, and even kicked one outside of 40 yards, but they were more, instead of Elam swinging the leg, they tell us, like he normally does, it was more like just an attempt to just kind of pop it.
Sounds right. Well, we watched him warm up today, Jim, because of that injury last week, and he did pretty good. But it was not all out, that is for sure. But that's not a concern for the Broncos right now.
This is 3rd down and 2.
I think you drop Jake Plummer straight back, and if he gets in trouble, it allows him to escape wherever he wants instead of rolling him out.
Going to try to test Aaron Glenn, just shaken up, and the pass too far for Rod Smith. And Glenn had excellent coverage. Plummer wanted a flag.
It is the exact same play they scored the touchdown on earlier. And this time Aaron Glenn says, hey, I've seen this. Boy, I tell you what, he almost went for it again, didn't he? But he's quick and fast, and he recovers. So good job by Aaron Glenn. Good job by the Broncos anticipating that all-out blitz.
Sauerbrunn will take the snap from Mike Leach. Perfect snap. And the boot to the 30, that's it. Newman will not attempt the run. The return, 42 yards on the kick. And again, the Subway postgame show coming up with Greg, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer, although it may not be coming up until we head to overtime. Plus the presentation of the Phil Simms All-Iron MVP Award. It's coming up on the Subway postgame show. We got a little pecan pie made by your mom up
Yeah,
in
my
Louisville.
mother, and we got blackberry cobbler. It's all. She's a great baker, and you can just tell by looking at all my brothers, they're all overweight. So, I'm sure they'll appreciate that fact they gave. But that's the way it is.
All transported down here this week by our Jimmy Hatter. Drove it down here, but we got a big finish on the way with 44 seconds in regulation. Little sidearm toss, and it cannot end up in the arms of Julius Jones. Would not have really mattered. Would have just cost him time. Better off dropping it. And this was Cundiff earlier in this quarter from 34 wide left. He had an injury in training camp, was released. The Cowboys went through a couple of kickers and then just brought him back a week ago.
One timeout for the Cowboys.
Boss over to Terry Glenn, and Champ Bailey wraps on and says, wait, I got him inbounds. And the officials agree. So the clock is running.
Well, you know, this is a tough situation even for this Dallas offense. Hard to be real creative and forceful, knowing that any type of mistake would cost you the game. So
they know about that from their Seattle game this year.
That's right. Interception on the last drive cost them the game.
Timeout called by the Cowboys. Close calls. Well, this is going to be the 7th game of the year decided by a touchdown or less for Dallas. The one at San Diego where they held on, then the one you can't believe they lost on Monday night to Washington. Eked out, outscored the 49ers. Came up just short to the Raiders. Overtime win over the Giants. And then the loss to Seattle. That was the mistake you spoke of. And then if you thought that they gave a game away to Washington, well, similar story the other way in the Philadelphia game. This actually is the 8th game of the year decided by a touchdown or less.
Well, I don't. For a coach, well, Bill Parcells must love these tight situations.
Did he have gray hair before the game? I think he did. Third down at 11. Just now, past the line of scrimmage. And just playing now. For an overtime game, it's on the way. Well, a little extra helping coming your way on Thanksgiving.
Well, it's been such a hard play game. It's you got to think back and just go, it was 4 days ago. Both of these teams played. They've come out here today and they've been physical. They've been aggressive on both sides of the ball, and it's a tribute to the players.
It's the 4th overtime Thanksgiving Day game since 1970, and the last one was the coin flip game at Detroit. Detroit, Pittsburgh, 1998. Phil, you were there. The confusion on the field, the coin toss. While it played in there.
Heads is the call. He said heads, it is a tails.
Oh, I believe he said tails. He did. You want to take the ball? Look at Jerome Bettis. What's going on?
Led to the Lions getting the first possession, and Pittsburgh never touched the football, and a win for the Lions on the Hansen field goal.
Well, I listened to that coin flip on a radio replay on the way to the airport.
Who? Each team got 2 timeouts. Each one of them? Yeah. One.
And he said tails, heads.
We did.
So.
Heads, tails. Who's going to make the call? Tails. It's tails.
John Lynch makes the right call. Look at the glance over to Al Wilson and his teammates. Coin toss, just had it, going to Denver. 15-minute period, 2 timeouts for each team. The reviews will come from up top. First team to score wins. Overtime on your way from Dallas.
The game is on the line. The pressure's on. Here's
the situation? You've got 2 children. College tuition is in sight. Retirement is breathing down your neck.
Who do you go to in the clutch? Over 50 million customers rely on us when their money is on the line. Insurance, loans, retirement. AIG.
The Chevy Red Tag event is here, delivering the #1 selling cars, trucks, and SUVs in America. Most of them tagged with great holiday prices. The price on our tag is the price you pay, not a penny more. Now get an 06 Equinox front-wheel drive LS for the red tag price of $20,486 after cash back. The Chevy Red Tag event. See red, save green. See your local Chevy dealer today.
Tonight on CBS, TV's #1 reality show, Survivor, followed by television's #1 show, CSI, and Without a Trace, and a special Thanksgiving edition of The Late Show with David Letterman. His mom will be on the show tonight after your local news on America's #1 network. Cundiff to kick to begin the overtime. They've got a new deep returner on the kick returns. It's been Rock Alexander to this point, but now it's Darren Williams. Two teams that have huge playoff expectations, aspirations, with 2 Hall of Fame coaches going extra time here in Dallas. And that's Williams. And he's out to the 32. Took him a while to get him down. Nathan Jones eventually gets credit for the hit. What's your strategy when you have it first in overtime? You come out and just go with the same game plan you've had?
Yeah, I think they'll be more aggressive. Good field position, getting out to the 32-yard line. I think Mike Shanahan, I look for them to come out with their best stuff. Throwing the football.
Jake Plummer, if you really look back on his career, his biggest win of his pro career was right here in this stadium in playoff victory at Arizona over the Cowboys. This certainly would rank right up with the biggest. He can engineer this one, and the quick pass over to Charlie Adams.
The Dallas Cowboys played run. They brought in 4 defensive linemen, and when they do that, they change their defense. They play softer in pass coverage. One of the best things that this Denver Broncos offense does, they throw the football to get drives started on first down. And Bill Parcells told us we got to stop that, because it gives the quarterback confidence, and they always have good situations after that.
First catch by Adams, no catches today by Lallee. And they run it in an open hole. It's Dane, and he shakes free. Newman's the only Cowboy who can stop him. And he rides him down at the 6. Keith Davis had a play on him, but Ron Dane broke it.
How about Ron Dane again? In the hole, watch his feet. What a nice move. He's patient, cuts it back, and then surprising speed. He's fresh. Jim, you even said it. When you look at him, you can just tell he's a running back that is not worn down from a lot of carries so far this season.
Broncos have called timeout, positioned to win it.
Cholesterol comes from 2 sources. It's not only from that foot-long Frank, but from your Grandpa Frank. And not just from that Virginia ham, but from your Aunt Ginny, too. Your cholesterol doesn't just come from food. It also has a lot to do with family history. Ask your doctor about Vytorin. A healthy diet is important, but when it's not enough, adding Vytorin can help. Vytorin treats the 2 sources of cholesterol, food and what your body makes naturally based on family history. Vytorin was proven in clinical studies to lower bad cholesterol more than Lipitor alone. Vytorin is not for everyone, including people with liver problems, women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Unexplained muscle pain or weakness could be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. Vytorin may interact with other medicines or certain foods, increasing your risk of getting this serious side effect. Simple blood tests are needed to check for liver problems. Follow a healthy diet and ask your doctor about adding Vytorin. For the 2 sources of cholesterol, remember the name Vytorin. That's Vytorin.
They're going to waste no time. They're going to come right back out with the kick to win it with Jason Elam.
That's right. Go with it now. Don't even go through the semantics of taking handoff, because all you're going to do is be trying to protect the football. So if the snap is not perfect, they're going to tell Jake Plummer to fall on it. They'd have 4 chances, so they'll get a good snap and hold out of these plays. Ron Dane on the side. How excited must he be this long run?
I got to tell you, when we met with Coach Shanahan and the Broncos last night, and he indicated there was a strong chance Tatum Bell would not be able to go today, you said to me coming back to the hotel, Ron Dane, you watch. If he gets the chance, he will be a star tomorrow.
Mike Shanahan had that look in his eye and kind of had a little smirk against us, saying, we'll be okay if he has to carry the load for us.
24 yards for the win. Kick by Elam. It is good. Denver wins it. Ron Dane sets up the winning kick. Denver had not had a play of 25 yards all day, and then Dane burst one free for 55 to set up the Elam winner.
Jim, what does that say about this Broncos football team, the running back position, the fact that, you know, you get down to the 3rd string guy and it's Ron Dane, and you can tell he can get it done too out there, just like the first 2 guys can.
The Broncos go to 9-2 on the year, and the Cowboys drop to 7-4. That puts the Giants in the lead alone in the NFC East. Mike Shanahan and John Lynch dancing together. Parcells, he knew his fate. Ron Dane. We've got the Subway post-game show coming up in just a moment. For Phil Simms and Bonnie Bernstein, Jim Nantz saying so long from Texas Stadium. We're in overtime. Denver defeats Dallas 24-21.